Hey folks, Brother Bry here tonight, and I wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to you all. Probably not going to get an opportunity to do so between now and Thanksgiving if I don't do it tonight. So, happy Thanksgiving to you all. I am smoking my Soren Rasmussen. It's a freehand. It's got a beautiful grain on that. Just a straight grain, beautiful straight grain on that. Don't know if it's going to come through very well, but anyway, in this I'm enjoying some of Strauss's Alt Park. Sorry, that's kind of a heavy bowl here. It's called Alt Park, and it's also known as the Caps Blend. It's very good. It's an aromatic and no tongue bite whatsoever. And I would liken it to a buttercream, or like a sweet buttercream. Great flavor. I'm almost finished with this bowl actually, and it's still great flavor. A lot of times when you get down to that last, quarter bit of your bowl, the flavor kind of, loses and starts tasting funky. This is still true to its true to the flavor. Like I say, no tongue bite, and a great room note. So if you're ever in Florence, you're ever in northern Kentucky or the Cincinnati area, I highly recommend you stop in at Strauss and pick up a couple ounces of this. Give it a try. But anyway, so I just wanted to stop in and say happy Thanksgiving, and just kind of wanted to reflect on some of the things that I'm thankful for. Specifically, I wanted to share something with you that I got at work. And for those of you that don't know, I work for a Catholic health network. We're actually the largest health network in Ohio. It's called Mercy Health, and those of you that are in the Cincinnati area, you've probably heard of us. But I'm very proud to work for this organization because of the mission of our organization. That is to really serve those that are poor and underserved in our communities, and really those that are financially impoverished. And we're a nonprofit, so all of the earnings that we have over and above our expenses goes back into helping people pay off their medical bills that they just can't afford, which I think is honestly a better approach. This is getting a little political, but I think it's a better approach than the government trying to change the healthcare system. I think it's better for hospitals to do it because they know the industry, and I think this is the way to do it personally. But my political opinions aside, I'm very proud to be a part of this organization. But anyway, so getting a little more back on track with the topic of this video, and what I'm thankful for, I got an email from some of the folks in our mission department, and they send out like weekly devotionals and things like that. And this week, because it's Thanksgiving, they sent out an email of just something to think about with how truly blessed we are, specifically those of us probably here in the United States, but not only those that live in the United States, but those who meet the following criteria that I'm about to read to you. So if you don't mind, I'd like to read an email that just shares some perspective. So here's what I was sent. It says, the following reminds us of how thankful we should be for our many blessings. If you woke up this morning with more health than illness, you are more blessed than the million who will not survive this week. If you have never experienced the danger of battle, the loneliness of imprisonment, the agony of torture, or the pangs of starvation, you are ahead of 500 million people in the world. If you can attend a church meeting without fear of harassment, arrest, torture, or death, you are more blessed than 3 billion people in the world. If you have food in the refrigerator, clothes on your back, a roof overhead, and a place to sleep, you are richer than 75% of the world. If you have money in the bank, in your wallet, and spare change in a dish someplace, you are among the top 8% of the world's wealthy. If you can hold someone's hand, hug him or her, or even touch them on the shoulder, you are blessed because you can offer a healing touch. If you can read this message, you just received a double blessing in that someone was thinking of you, and furthermore, there are more than 2 billion people in the world that cannot read it all. Happy Thanksgiving. So that all being said, I wanted to share that with you, and just kind of really puts it in perspective for me, to be, according to this, because I have spare change laying around the house, I am among the top 92%, or excuse me, top 8% of the world's wealthy. In other words, I'm more rich than 92% of the world. And that's just amazing to think about, especially, kind of sharing some personal things here, but my wife and I are still trying to pay off our school loans, and it's easy for us to kind of feel discouraged because of how much we have to say no to things, and how much we're sacrificing to set ourselves up to win financially in the future. And even with that, even with the sacrifices we're making, we're still ahead of so many people in this world. Not only do we have a roof over our head, but we have central air, we have heating to keep us warm from the bitter winters that are oncoming. And we have TV, we have Wi-Fi, we have kitchen appliances, we have all kinds of things, and all of these things are things that you guys have too, and if you're watching this, you have Wi-Fi, and I'm not trying to throw that in your face. It's kind of probably what it sounds like, but I'm not trying to do that. I'm really trying to just share with you some of the things that really put in perspective just how truly thankful I am for the blessings that I have. And I am a person of faith, and I share that frequently on here, and some of you might get sick of that, but got to be true to myself and true to my faith. But anyway, I know some of you don't share the same spiritual beliefs as I do, but in my opinion, I think that it's only by the grace of God that I have these things. I didn't earn these things. I was merely born in this country with the opportunities that are here. I could have just as easily, under the grace of God, have been born in a third world country. But for whatever reason, God has blessed me and letting me live here. And just something that I've been thinking about and am truly thankful for. And those of you that share the same, faith, I just pray that you can, give thanks to God, because, He can just as easily take things away as He does give them. So, not trying to preach at you, but again, just trying to share with you some things that I'm thankful for. And I'm also thankful for you guys in this community, and just how wonderful, how many wonderful people I've met through this. And it's just, this is a hobby, but at the same time I feel connected like brothers and sisters, to those of you that are in this community. So another thing that I am thankful for. So on that note, I'm going to end it and say happy Thanksgiving to you all. I pray that you can take a moment just to stop and reflect on the things that you've been blessed with in your life, and I truly pray that you have a happy Thanksgiving with your loved ones here on this Thanksgiving Day. So we'll see you next time. God bless.